Welcome, dear viewers, to another exciting journey into the past. Today we delve into the heart of an ancient civilization, Mesopotamia. This land, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, now modern-day Iraq, Syria, and parts of Turkey, is often referred to as the cradle of civilization. But why is that, you may ask? Well, Mesopotamia was the birthplace of many firsts in human history. It's where we first saw the emergence of urban life, the invention of the wheel, the development of cuneiform script, the earliest form of writing. It's where the concept of time was divided into units that we still use today, 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour. Mesopotamia was a bustling hub of innovation, culture, and power in the ancient world, setting the stage for civilizations that followed. So buckle up as we journey back in time to the dawn of civilization. Our chronicle begins with the Sumerians, the first known people to settle in Mesopotamia. In the Fertile Crescent between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, they laid the groundwork for a civilization that would stand the test of time. The Sumerians weren't just settlers, they were innovators. Their settlements evolved into city-states, independent entities each governed by its own ruler. These city-states, such as Uruk and Ur, thrived on the fertile land, and as they grew, so did their influence, leading to the establishment of the first known urban civilization. But the Sumerians' ingenuity didn't stop at city planning. They were also inventors. Imagine a world without the wheel. Difficult, isn't it? Well, we have the Sumerians to thank for that. The wheel wasn't just a tool for transportation. It revolutionized trade, warfare, and even pottery making. Yet, the Sumerians' most significant contribution to civilization may well be their invention of the cuneiform script. This was no mere alphabet. It was a system of symbols and wedge-shaped marks that allowed them to record their laws, transactions, and even their myths and legends. The cuneiform script was the birth of written language, giving us a tangible link to these ancient people. Speaking of myths and legends, let's delve into the Sumerian pantheon. The Sumerians were polytheistic, worshipping a multitude of gods and goddesses that controlled every aspect of their lives. Each city-state had its own patron deity, and elaborate temples were built in their honor. This religious practice not only shaped their society, but also influenced subsequent civilizations. In the cradle of civilization, the Sumerians were pioneers, their contributions echoing through the ages. They built cities, invented the wheel, developed written language, and worshipped a pantheon of gods. The stage was set, and the curtain was about to rise on an incredible civilization. The Sumerians set the stage for the incredible civilization that was to come. Next in our timeline is the rise of the mighty Akkadian Empire. The Akkadian Empire, considered by many historians as the first true empire in history, was a power to behold in the ancient world. Its formation is credited to a charismatic and ambitious man known as Sargon of Akkad. Sargon, a name meaning true king, was an orphan of unknown origins who rose to become a cupbearer to the king of Kish, a city-state in Sumer. It was this humble cupbearer who would go on to conquer all of Sumer, expanding his territory to hold sway over lands from the Mediterranean Sea to the Persian Gulf. He established the capital city of Akkad, whose exact location remains a mystery to this day. Sargon's reign, though marked by constant warfare, was a time of great innovation and cultural development. The Akkadian military, a critical factor in the empire's expansion, was a force known for its discipline and organization. Sargon was one of the first rulers to maintain a permanent professional army. This army, armed with advanced weaponry for its time, was the backbone of the Akkadian Empire, enabling it to dominate its neighbors and expand its territories. Yet the Akkadians' influence extended far beyond their military prowess. They significantly impacted the region's language and culture. Akkadian, a Semitic language distinct from the Sumerian previously spoken, became the lingua franca of Mesopotamia and remained so for 2,000 years. This was due largely to the Akkadians' development of an extensive system of education and their prolific literary output. In terms of culture, the Akkadians absorbed much from the Sumerians, but they also added their own unique contributions. They developed their own style of art and architecture, and their myths and epics, including the famous Epic of Gilgamesh, had a profound influence on subsequent Near Eastern literature. The Akkadians, through their might and ingenuity, left an indelible mark on Mesopotamia. Their legacy, while obscured by the sands of time, continues to resonate in the annals of human civilization. Following the Akkadian Empire's demise, the stage was set for the rise of Babylon. The Babylonian Empire, one of the most influential civilizations in human history, held center stage in the region for many centuries. One of the most notable figures of this era was King Hammurabi, who reigned from around 1792 to 1750 BCE. Hammurabi is best remembered for his law code, one of the oldest deciphered writings of significant length in the world. This comprehensive legal system, known as the Code of Hammurabi, was inscribed on a stele and placed in public view so that all could see the law of the land. It encompassed everything from property rights and trade regulations to punishments for crimes, setting a precedent for future legal codes around the world. But the Babylonian Empire wasn't just about laws and governance. They were also a civilization of scholars, making significant advancements in the fields of mathematics and astronomy. Babylonian mathematicians developed a complex system based on the number 60, the basis of our modern minutes and seconds. In astronomy, they cataloged stars, monitored planetary movements, and even predicted eclipses, with an understanding of the cosmos that was incredibly advanced for its time. And let's not forget about the fabled Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Although there's still debate among historians about their actual existence, these gardens are one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. According to accounts, King Nebuchadnezzar II supposedly built these lush terraced gardens to please his homesick wife. The gardens were said to be a spectacular sight, with vibrant, exotic plants cascading down in tiers, a testament to the architectural prowess of the Babylonians. From Hammurabi's code of law to the mathematical and astronomical discoveries, the Babylonian Empire was a civilization that left an indelible mark on human history. Their intellectual prowess and architectural marvels still resonate in our modern world. Under the rule of great kings, Babylon became a beacon of power and knowledge. The final chapter in our tale is the rise and fall of the formidable Assyrian Empire. Emerging from the northern reaches of Mesopotamia, the Assyrians were a force to be reckoned with. Their military might was unparalleled, spearheaded by a professional army that held a reputation for ruthless efficiency. But it wasn't just their physical prowess that made them formidable. The Assyrians also mastered the art of psychological warfare, instilling fear in their enemies through gruesome tales of their exploits. Their power extended far beyond their military, however. The Assyrians also possessed a deep thirst for knowledge, a trait exemplified by their vast library at Nineveh. This was not just any library. It was the greatest repository of learning in the ancient world, housing tens of thousands of clay tablets inscribed with cuneiform script. From history and law to science and literature, the library at Nineveh was a beacon of knowledge that illuminated the intellectual landscape of the ancient world. Yet every empire, no matter how powerful, has its sunset. The Assyrian Empire was no exception. Overextended, facing internal strife, and burdened by a series of weak rulers, the empire began to crumble. In 612 BCE, a coalition of Babylonians, Medes, and Scythians sacked Nineveh, marking the end of the once mighty Assyrian Empire. But the fall of the empire did not mean the extinguishing of its influence. The Assyrians had fundamentally transformed the region, leaving indelible marks on the landscape of history. Their military strategies are studied to this day, their legal codes influenced those that came after, and their insatiable curiosity for knowledge set a precedent for future civilizations. Despite their eventual fall, the Assyrians left a legacy of power, knowledge, and culture that still resonates today. They serve as a potent reminder of the ebb and flow of civilizations, the impermanence of power, and the lasting impact of cultural and intellectual pursuits. As we close the chapter on the Assyrian Empire, we are left with a rich tapestry of history that continues to intrigue and inspire us. And so, we conclude our journey through Mesopotamia, a civilization that shaped our world in countless ways. We've traversed the early ages of the Sumerians, the very cradle of civilization, where writing, agriculture, and law were birthed. We've journeyed through the era of the formidable Akkadian Empire, the first true empire in history. We've explored the marvels of the Babylonian Empire, where the Hanging Gardens mesmerized all who beheld them. And finally, We've witnessed the might and ferocity of the Assyrian Empire, an era marked by military strength and innovation. These periods in Mesopotamian history, each unique and significant, have collectively contributed to the tapestry of human civilization. They've left indelible marks on our society, culture, and even our everyday life. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating journeys into history.
Damn.